Spirit, I ask that you guide me with loving messages. What is it that you want my Scorpios to know? What is it that you need them to hear today? I am listening for you now. Let's see what we have, everybody, for some energy. Blocked, trying to move on. Stop calling me. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear your voice. Sometimes we have to block somebody from our life to protect our own energy. Some of you may have already done that. I have toxic. We are incompatible. I feel a lot of anger and resentment right now still towards somebody. So some of you may be working on, I know I still have resentments, and that's something I've got to work on, like they just keep coming up. So you could be having nothing to do with that person, but the resentment is still there. I have intimacy, mutual respect, and closeness. When I hold you in my arms, I want to hold you close, and I want to feel you in my arms. I love that energy of I want to hold you in my arms. I want to hold you tight. I want to hold you, take your breath away. And one more energy, please. And running. I have been running away from my feelings. I don't feel like this person is running away from you, but I feel like they have been running away from addressing some issues that could be going on in their life. They could be denying how bad a situation is with finances, or denying that they need to work on their health in some way, that their health is at risk or something is going on with that. But I feel like they're kind of ignoring a problem that's one of their problems. So you can't help that person, but them not addressing things that are priorities in their life is going to ultimately come back on you. So you want to make sure that they're taking care of themselves. So I think that's important. Spirit, please share with me for my sun, moon, rising, Venus. Welcome, everybody. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to your love reading. Spirit, please share with me. I have an Ace of Wands. I have a Six of Cups. I have a Sun. I love that. And I have a Nine of Cups. I feel like I've known you forever. I mean, this felt like as soon as I held you in my arms, it could be that I just melted. I melted and I just fell into your arms, and I just can't believe how easy and good it feels. So I do have a new beginning. I do have a lot of passion happening here. I could have some mixed feelings, Spirit saying, not that you're going back to your past, but again, some anger or some resentment from somebody who just caused a lot of havoc in my life. And maybe I have like post-traumatic stress from that person still. I'm still struggling, like I just want to move on with my life, and I want to move on with you. So I feel like this person is the person that you feel like you want to be with. I also feel that this is something that you've always wanted, or I feel really comfortable, at peace with this person. I wish this person would take better care of themselves. There's a part of me that's saying we can have it all if you, I guess, address something in your life. Like you can't just not talk about your feelings. You can't just push things under the rug. You can't just pretend like nothing happened. Okay. So I feel like I've got some of that going on. So is this person going to continue to push something away that needs to be addressed? A lot of people do that. A lot of people push their feelings. If I don't think about it, then therefore it doesn't exist. But it does. It gets to your gut. It makes you physically sick. And, there's all kinds of studies about holding things inside and realizing that because I held it in, I couldn't, be the person I want to be. Look at how happy you could be together. So there is a part of me that says, I can be really happy with you. Look at this, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. I'm going to say, it's the person who says, I love you, and the other person says, I love you too, and they mean it. Okay, so I'm just going to say something as simple as the feelings are mutual. And I feel like I struggled with somebody in the past that somebody was more committed than the other person. This time, the feelings are mutual. This love is mutual, that whatever you're thinking is what they're thinking. So I would say that it's only going to get better from here, as long as they take care of themselves. This 8 of Cups, can I have some clarification on that 8, please, Spirit? What do you want to say to me? I have a Knight of Swords. Yeah, we need to talk about, like, these are like old feelings. The 8 of Cups is like walking away from things that you've already completed. So we need to talk about something that this person has walked away from in the past or has a tendency to run from. They could be triggered by different things. They could have a tendency to run when they get scared, or push people out of their life when they start to get close. That could be something that they just struggle with. Spirit, can I have a few initials, please? Is there any initials for clues that you want to share with us today? I have a Y. I have an M. Another Y. I have a U. I have an O. I have an R. F. And let's get one more. I have another R. Let's get another one and another O. Okay. And I have an A. Okay. So we'll just keep those there for a little bit. And some of you could be connecting to those. Don't worry if you don't. That's okay. Spirit, tell me more. I want to hold you. I want to hold you tight. I do feel like this is something good. I have closed off, refusing to give in to the silence. Yeah, I mean, going back to this person's going to have to open up to something that they shut themselves off from a certain topic. It could be, I don't want to talk about my childhood. I don't want to talk about my relationship with my father. I don't want to talk about, I don't want to talk about deep down feelings. But how do you get close to somebody if you don't know what they're thinking and feeling at times? It doesn't mean that they don't have the right to their own innermost thoughts, but you do want to have them open up and be vulnerable at the same time. A third party, is there something that you're hiding? Okay, that could be, when somebody shuts down and they kind of are secretive. What are they hiding? Okay, are they hiding something? So you go, what is going on? And they don't have an answer. Your first response is, are you hiding something? And they possibly are not. It's just that they are being so quiet. So you can't help but think the worst, unfortunately. Confused. Yeah, this person is pulling away or avoiding, even though the feelings are mutual, they are avoiding talking about their feelings. You could be much more vocal. You could be, constantly telling this person how much you care about them, how much you love them. And you want to feel more emotionally secure. Maybe this person just is not a communicator. They could be showing you, maybe they're good to you, they are being nice to you, but I got to feel more emotionally secure. I have a fire sign, a Leo, Sag, Aries energy. So we could be feeling fire energy. I'm all fired up. This person could have pent up energy. Okay. This person could be struggling with, I keep it inside because I'm afraid that if I said it out loud, you wouldn't like me anymore. You would think that I'm, too angry or too, fired up. So they keep something pent up, and that's probably not a good thing, because there's going to be a day where it comes out, comes out in a lot of different ways. I admire you. Okay. I like that. I like the telepathic energy that we could have. I like the emotional bond that we're growing. We do have mutual feelings. I don't like this pent up energy, like I'm holding back. Okay. So hiding, holding back. They could be deeper with you, like you could be saying, I want to go deeper, but can they go deeper is the question. Are they capable of going deeper? And that might be something that you're worried and struggling a bit with right now. I have a 9 of diamonds, 3 of diamonds. I have a 2 of hearts. I have an ace of hearts. So the diamonds are my pentacles, and my hearts are my cups. So we've got this 9 of pentacles, 3 of pentacles. So we do have some, I'm going to say, security in the areas of our life of, material things, our job, money coming in, things like that. So we do have that going for us. I also feel like we have an ace of cups and a 2 of cups, like you're the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine being with anybody else. I do really love you. So they've got to somehow either be able to open up more. I feel like it's something that I don't think is it an excuse? Maybe it wasn't part of their family. Like in our family, we didn't, they say to you, in our family, we didn't talk about our feelings. Nobody talked about their feelings. So that's not normal to them. So they struggle with that. They struggle with, it's just not how I was brought up. But if you were brought up, then they're saying just lead by example. Okay. They're asking you to, just you speak, and over a period of time, they'll see that they can communicate very similar to you. They can kind of mimic back and learn, some of your love language. Like we've got to learn a new love language here. Agreed. I'm pursuing wealth and power. Okay. So I have been so consumed with this area of my life that I haven't put a lot of energy into how to make a relationship work. Maybe they haven't had a lot of experience. Some people haven't. They haven't had long-term relationships. I have a gift. I offer something from my heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. So they do, I feel like they do have a lot to offer. This is going to be one of those people that you see something in them but other people don't, and you see the best part of them, and you're trying to bring out the best part of them more often. Okay. Whereas other people would see them as, they hold back. They aren't as expressive as other people. You feel like there's something going on, but there really isn't because they're quiet. So you see something. I want to say, the truth about this person. So I would just stay with that. I have empathy. I will provide emotional support and always try to understand you. Yeah, I'm going to say this person is definitely picking up on your empathy. Okay. You're good for them. Is how I feel. That, there's a part of, you're good for them. You're so good for them. And because they need somebody who understands them. They need somebody who loves them for who they are, not because they're doing all the right things, because they're not going to be perfect, but they're learning and they're trying. And They do want to be there for you. So there is a part of me that says, you're just really good for this person. I want them to be good for you as well. I have desperate. I'm in a bind and don't know what to do. And I may be acting irrational. So that kind of erratic behavior that I felt a moment ago, that they're holding something in, it could have nothing to do with this relationship. It could be, I'm worried about a court issue. I'm worried about my finances. I'm worried about my job. There's stuff going on at work, so it just, some of those things just drive people crazy. They really do. And it might have nothing to do with how they're feeling about you. But I'm definitely going to go with this feeling of this person has a lot to offer. And I'm going to say we find our own love language. Okay. Like there's something about the two of you. They might not work with somebody else. Okay. Obviously. But for some reason, they're going to work with you. You're either patient and understanding, or you see the best qualities in them. You see that they were put in your life for you. There's going to be some sides to them that you admire, obviously, or you wouldn't be with them. But I think your empathy in this particular connection is what's going to keep you guys together. I really do. I think that you're that kind of one of a kind that for some reason it works with you, but it wouldn't work with anybody else. So that's the advantage. That's why Spirit puts people, two different people together. They know who's going to work. They know what's going to work and what's not going to work based on all the things going on with both of you. So I'm going to put this out into the universe. I feel like you're good for them, but I also felt the feelings are mutual. So I'm going to ask Spirit to guide this connection. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind comments. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website, KathyMamolen.psychicmedium.com. I did upload some new half-hour readings recently. I put them in the description. You may want to check those out. But we'll see you all again real soon, Scorpios. Bye-bye.